everybody. Welcome to our first ever quiz with me, Lorraine, and Angus. He's just going to go. He was our special guest. He'll come back, so don't worry. He will actually come back. It is so good to see you. Thank you for joining me this evening. This is going to be such good fun. Such good fun. Now look, we have got 5 categories. We've got general knowledge, that's my husband. We've got general knowledge, TV and showbiz, music, sport, and a wild card round, which I've sort of done, and it's slightly crazy, but it'll be fine. So look, what I want you to do is, if you're with someone else, if you're on your own, that's fine, but make sure you take your score and mark your score and see how well you do, and see how many questions you get right out of the 30 questions. And if you're all playing together, nominate somebody to keep the score, somebody that you trust and that you know is not going to popple it. That's a Scottish word. So look, I hope that you enjoy this. It's going to be really good fun, like I say. I hope you can donate to the Sun's Who Cares Wins appeal, which is doing fantastically. All the information and all of that, we will give you that information in the links below. You can also, very excitingly, win £1,000 in our draw. Again, we'll put all the details on screen for you. So, shall we kick off? I think we should. Now, listen, another thing is, I've got a little glass of this to help me. So, obviously, we drink responsibly at all times, but should you so wish to have a small glass of wine or wee beer, that's okay. Consider this the virtual pub, and we're having a virtual pub quiz. So cheers and good luck, and here we go. Our first category is general knowledge. Okay, here we go. Which 2 royals celebrated their birthdays this week? Was it A, Prince Edward and Prince Charles, B, Princess Anne and Prince William, or C, the Queen and Prince Louis? Question 2. Which footballer was branded a Cove idiot for crashing his car after a night out the day after urging fans to stay at home? Was it A, Harry Maguire, B, Danny Drinkwater, or C, Jack Grealish? Who was it? Was it Harry? Was it Danny? Or was it Jack? Okay. What was the last big sporting event before lockdown in Britain? Do you remember those days before lockdown when we could go to the pub and see football and cuddle each other? But it's now been blamed, this sporting event, for helping to spread coronavirus. Was it A, the FA Cup final, B, the Cheltenham Festival, or C, the Ryder Cup? Now, I'll obviously be giving you the answers to all of this very shortly. Here's question 4. Which historical figure gives their name to the new emergency hospitals being built across England? Different in Scotland, but the historical figure giving their names to the new emergency hospitals being built across England was A, Florence Nightingale, B, Lord Wellington, or C, Admiral Nelson? Florence Nightingale, Lord Wellington, or Admiral Nelson? Here we go. Question number 5. Which famous band featured in an online concert with one member playing air drums? Yeah, he played air drums like this because he didn't have a drum kit with him, which is kind of essential when you're playing the drums. Was it A, the Rolling Stones, B, Coldplay, or C, One Direction? What do we think? Right, last question in this round before I give you the answers. When is Captain Tom, fantastic, who's helped raise so far more than £28 million for the NHS, when though does he turn 100? Is it April the 24th, which is today? Is it April the 30th? Or C, May the 1st? Now, Captain Tom, hasn't he been absolutely fantastic? And before I give you the answers to the questions, he just has, united the whole country. And I thought it'd be a good idea to have a reminder of all those special workers in the front line and how we can all help. Have a look.
We've never relied on our NHS more. They are the bravest and the best amongst us.
Got my PPE on. I'm going to put my visor on and see if I can go and help.
Not just the doctors and nurses who normally get mentioned, but the pharmacists, the paramedics, the managers, and all staff across the board. You are the front line in this war against this virus.
Without them, we wouldn't be getting through this terrible pandemic, and I would not be alive and at home with my family.
I think the whole population is behind those heroes who work in the NHS.
My heart goes out to all of you. You're super, super brave.
We love you. You're our heroes.
Just know you have the whole of the UK support behind you.
We can't thank you enough. We are eternally grateful.
They've put themselves on the line. We know that. They've put themselves in harm's way. We know that.
Please, if you can, donate to the Sun's Who Cares Wins appeal.
We're trying to raise as much money as possible to show how grateful and thankful we are.
Your support really does mean the world to us, and it's helping us to keep going at what is an incredibly difficult time. We'll continue to be here for you all whenever you need us.
It's one thing to clap for them, as we are all doing, but let's send them as much as we possibly can. I know it's tough, but we can do it. Thank you, NHS. You are the very, very best of us.
Well, if you can help, it would be fantastic. Of course, all the details on the link below. So thank you in advance. Okay, let's get those general knowledge answers. And I should say a shout out to Joshua Piling, who is playing along from Coventry, and the Hooper family. Hello, Hooper family. They are in Kent. Lovely to see you. Thank you for joining us tonight. Okay, here we are, the answers. Now, we asked you the question about who celebrated their birthdays, which two members of the royal family. And it was the Queen and Prince Louis. Prince Louis was 2. Do you remember those gorgeous pictures? And he was making a rainbow with his little hands. And the Queen, well, she had a very low-key 94th birthday. So well done if you got that one right. Answers to question 2. Which footballer was branded a Cove idiot for crashing his car after a night out the day after he urged his fans to stay at home? It was, of course, Jack Grealish. What a twit. I'm saying twit because I want to be polite. Okay, the answer to question 3. What was the big sport event before lockdown in Britain? It's now been blamed for helping to spread coronavirus, sadly. And it was, of course, the extremely crowded Cheltenham Festival. So well, if you got that one right. Which historical figure gives their name to the new emergency hospitals being built across England? Florence Nightingale, of course, the Nightingale Hospitals. In Scotland, the hospital in Glasgow, built in a couple of weeks, like all of the others, is named after Louisa Jordan, who was a World War I nurse. And you know, it's a funny thing, these are hospitals that we just don't want to be used. But we've never said that about a building before, but we really, really don't. Okay, answer to question 5. Which famous band featured in an online concert with one member playing air drums because he didn't have actually a drum kit? It was, of course, Charlie Watts from the Rolling Stones. And what a lineup that concert was. Can you imagine? You had the Rolling Stones and the Beatles, the remaining Beatles, playing on the same bill. Now, Captain Tom, we mentioned Captain Tom, of course, who has helped to raise more than £28 million for the NHS by going for a walk around his garden, capture the imagination of the world. He turns 100 on April the 30th. What a celebration that is going to be. And you know what's so lovely? He's been getting loads of presents. And what he said to people is, don't buy me anything. I don't need anything. If you're going to buy me something, just make a donation or actually send it to charity if you're buying him a new stick or a walking chair or anything like that. So that's good. And he's going to get a well-deserved telegram from the Queen. Right, I wonder how you did with that. I mean, to be honest, as far as points goes, I would just give yourself 1 point. 1 point is fine. Keeps it nice and simple. Right, we all ready for round 2? Round 2 is TV and showbiz. Right, we've got some crackers for you, and I just have to say hello to Alex Boston, who is playing along, and Elise Clifton and her family from Northampton. Welcome, great to have you. Really glad you could join us. Right, here we go. You ready? Who won the most recent series of Love Island? Do you know, I've never seen a frame of this. Was it A, Paige Turley and Finn Tapp? Was it B, Danny Dyer and Jack Fincham, who strangely enough are no longer together, but there you go. And C, Luke Trotman and Shanish Fudge. What a great name. Who was it, do you think? Have a think, write it down, there we go. Now, which year did the coughing Major Charles Ingram con his way to the Who Wants to Be a Millionaire jackpot of course, £1 million? Was it in, though, 2001, 2002, or 1999? When do you think that was? Okay, if you were watching closely on Saturday Night Takeaway, You will know which celebrity was unveiled as the villainous host in Ant and Dec's Men in Brown series. Was it A, Noel Fielding? Was it B, Sandy Toksvig? Or C, Paul Hollywood? Who do you think was the villain of the piece? Here's an interesting one. Who's the longest serving Blue Peter presenter? Loved Blue Peter. Was it A, Yvette Fielding, B, John Noakes, or C, Sarah Green? Who was it? Was it Yvette? Was it John? Or was it Sarah Green? Right, soaps. Which soap character has been on our screens the longest? I bet you know this one. Was it A, Rita Tanner, B, Ken Barlow, or C, Ian Beale? Rita, Ken, or Ian Beale from EastEnders? What do you think? Have a guess if you don't know. Right, here we go. Which former Coronation Street actress is now playing a soldier in the BBC's Our Girl? Is it A, Kim Marsh, B, Michelle Keegan, or C, Lucy Fallon? Interesting. I'm sure you know though. So before we get the answers to our TV category, I should let you know that we're also going to be giving you the chance to win £1,000. Very easy, very, very simple. All you have to do is enter our draw. You visit the link in the description below, and you could win £1,000, which would be rather nice, wouldn't it? I say cheers to that. Cheers, 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 Charlie, cheers. Fantastic. Right, let's have the answers to TV and showbiz. Okay, here we go. Who won the most recent series of Love Island? Now, I'm sure you knew this. It was Paige Turkey and Finn Tapp. That's who it was. Paige and Finn won. Not sure if they're still together. Not sure if they are, but there we go. Which year did the coughing Major Charles Ingram con his way to the Who Wants to Be a Millionaire jackpot? Well, the answer was 2001. Yep, 2001. Did you watch Quiz, the drama that they did? I mean, I know a drama about coughing is a bit strange in these times, but I thought it was really, really good and really interesting. And it sort of got me thinking, did they or didn't they? Most people, involved with the programme think that they did cheat. Right, which celeb was unveiled as the villainous host in Ant and Dec's Men in Brown series on Saturday Night Takeaway? It was, of course, Paul Hollywood. It couldn't have been Sandy Toksvig. She's too lovely. It was Paul Hollywood. And who's the longest serving Blue Peter presenter? Well, it was John Noakes. John did the job for 12 years. He was fantastic. I don't know if you remember. I remember watching it in black and white when I was a kid. And he went up Nelson's column. They'd never let anybody do that now, health and safety. But it was fantastic. Right, which soap character been on our screens the longest? Ken Barlow, of course. Bill Roach. 59 years he has been playing that character. And I bet you'll be amazed to know that he is 87 years old. He looks at least 30 years younger. Puts it all down to meditation. There's got to be something in it. It works for him. Okay, which former Coronation Street beauty is now playing a soldier in BBC One's Our Girl? It was, of course, the absolutely beautiful Michelle Keegan. So, I wonder how you did in that round. I hope you did okay. Up next, we have got our music category. Here we go. So there we are. Now, just before I give you the answers, I'm going to say hello to Jamie Taylor. He says, can you say hello to my twins, Amelia and Evie, who are playing along with me? Hello, Amelia. Hello, Evie. Charlotte and Rosina are playing along as well, and Gary Parmenter too. It's lovely to have you on board. I hope you're having a good laugh. It's great fun. Right, okay. Here we go. Music questions. Question number 1. Who was supposed to be the headline act on Sunday night for this year's postponed Glastonbury? Was it Paul McCartney, Kanye West, or Taylor Swift? Paul McCartney, Kanye West, or Taylor Swift? Who should have been the headline act? Question 2. What's the name of Billie Eilish's brother? Now, he co-wrote her #1 Bond-themed tune, No Time to Die, of course. Was it Phileas, Phineas, or Finnegan? Phileas, Phineas, or Finnegan? What do you think? Okay, Rihanna. We love Rihanna. What's her real name, though? Is it Robin, Cheryl, or Joanna? Is it Robin, Cheryl, or Joanna? That's Rihanna's real name. Now here's a good one. Here's a blast from the past. How many UK number ones did the 90s band Steps have? Steps, of course, made a massive comeback, doing even bigger and better than ever. But did they have how many number one hits? Was it 2, 4, or 5? Was it A2, B4, or C5? Now here's an interesting one. I wonder if you'll get this. Which famous British celebrity cook baked the cake for the 1969 Rolling Stones album cover, Let It Bleed? A cool thing to have done. Was it Prue Leith? Was it B, Fanny Craddock? And we know a joke about that, but we can't tell it. And C, was it Delia Smith? Was it Prue Leith, Fanny Craddock, or Delia Smith? What do you think? Okay. Who was the youngest of all of the Beatles? Was it John, Paul, or George? Who was the youngest member of the Beatles? John, Paul, or George? Okay, before we get to those answers, I'm going to give you a reminder about our Who Cares Wins appeal, all the information on how to donate in the links below. And I want to say hello to the Scott family from Aberdeen. Hello, Scott family from Aberdeen. Neve and Jonathan as well. Henry Dodd says hello. Hello back, Henry Dodd. Lovely to have you with us. And Fran, who's back out in the ambulance at 6 o'clock tomorrow, gets 1 day off. Fran, we love you. Thank you for everything that you are doing. You are amazing. Right, let's get the answers to our music round. Okay, here we go. Who was supposed to be the headline act on Sunday night for this year's postponed Glastonbury? Who was it? Shout the answer. Of course, it was Taylor Swift. So well done if you got that. Now what about this one? What's the name of Billie Eilish's brother who co-wrote her #1 Bond-themed tune, No Time to Die? Phineas. It was Phineas. So well done if you got that. I thought it was quite hard. Now, Rihanna. What's Rihanna's real name? Did you get one? Well, Rihanna's real name, Robin. Yeah, so congratulations if you got that one right. How many UK #1s did 90s band Steps have? Well, they had 2. I don't know if you remember, it was a double A side in 1999, which was Heartbeat and Tragedy. And the other one was 2000, the year after, Stomp. So there you are. That was how many #1s that Steps got. And the famous British celebrity cook who baked that cake for the 1969 Rolling Stones album cover Let It Bleed was Delia Smith. So there you go. Cool lady. Cool lady. And finally, who was the youngest of the Beatles? It was George. George was born in 1943, sadly no longer with us. He died in 2001, but he was the youngest of the Beatles. So there we are. Fantastic. We're doing well, I hope. Right, how is your sporting knowledge? Because that's the next category. Okay, sport. Now, here we go. Which horse won the first ever virtual Grand National? You know, they had to do a virtual race. So, was it A, Tiger Roll, B, Potter's Corner, or C, ASO? Tiger Roll, Potter's Corner, or ASO? Here's an interesting one. Which Premier League star has just started his military service during the lockdown? Is it A, Mesut Ozil, B, Kyle Walker, or C, Son? Who is it, do you think? Which Premier League star started his military service during the lockdown? Ozil, Walker, or Son? Now, Wayne Rooney has just won a 21-month planning battle with council to have what installed at his new £20 million mansion? Is it A boxing gym, B, a shed for his tractor, or C, a giant greenhouse for Colleen's plants? What do you think? A boxing gym, a shed for the tractor, or a big giant greenhouse for Colleen's green fingers? Good luck with that one. Okay. Which team did Harry Kane score his first ever professional league goal for? Was it A, Spurs, B, Leicester, or C, Leyton Orient. Harry Kane, the team that he scored his first ever professional league goal for, A. Spurs, B. Leicester, or C. Leyton Orient. Now this is an odd one. Mike Tyson recently revealed that he offered a zookeeper £9,000 to let him fight which animal in front of his then girlfriend Robin Givens in the late 1980s. Was it A, a grizzly bear, B, a silverback gorilla, I know, or C, a Bengal tiger? What do we think? What do we think? That is absolutely crazy. Right, last one in this round. Incoming Newcastle owner Mohammed bin Salman has the most expensive home in the world, but exactly how much is the Saudi's Prince French chateau worth? Is it worth A, £130 million, B, £180 million, or C, a cool £230 million? What do you think? Whatever it is, it's a lot of money. And I should remind you again, talking about money, you do have a chance to win £1,000 tonight. You can visit the link description below and you can enter the draw. So good luck with that. Okay, let's get the answers to those sport questions. Listen, I'm just looking at some of your comments here on my phone. This is great. Please say hi to Alison and David. Hello, Alison and David. Lovely to see you. The Shaw family from the Midlands. Great to see you too. The Roden family say hi. Hi, right back to you. Lovely to have you with us. And the Mousley family in Weston-super-Mare. And also Davy and Sarah in Guernsey. Beautiful Guernsey. Beautiful part of the world. Absolutely gorgeous. And Jenny Wood says, can you say hello to Bruce and Gail, please, Lorraine? Of course I can. Keep all of these coming. It's lovely to hear from you. It really is. Right, let's get the answers to those sporting questions. Which horse won the first ever Grand National, virtual Grand National? It was, of course, Potter's Corner. If you had a bet on that, you did very well. Which Premier League star has just started his military service during the lockdown? It is, of course, Son from South Korea. He's got to do 4 weeks. It's all on hold, of course. We don't know what's going to be happening, but apparently his son has got to do 4 weeks national service in South Korea. Right, I know you really wanted to know this. Wayne Rooney has just won a 21-month planning battle with the council to have a shed for his tractor installed at his new £20 million mansion. So there you are. And which team Harry Kane scored his first ever professional league goal for? Of course, Leyton Orient. You knew that. And here's the interesting one. Mike Tyson, you know, call him Mick to his face, he would thump you, recently revealed he offered a zookeeper £9,000 to let him fight an animal in front of his girlfriend, Robin Givens. It was a silverback gorilla. Mike thought it would be romantic. I would suggest that he probably would have been better taking her out for a nice meal. But anyway, he did that, and I'm sure he didn't fight the gorilla and it was fine, but he did make the offer. Right, number 6. Incoming Newcastle owner Mohammed bin Salman has the most expensive home in the world. It's a French chateau and it is worth £230 million. Wow, unbelievable. Hello, David Waddington in Blackburn, Lancashire. How are you doing? That was part of a Beatles song, wasn't it? We were talking about them earlier. Hello to the Robinson family as well, and the Turner family in Chesterfield. Oh, Chesterfield, that's where Angus is from. That's where we got Angus. Aren't you, Angus? He's toddled off. The Cummins family in Surrey and the Millers. Beth says, say hello to the Millers. Fantastic. And Cameron and Reese are playing along as well. Brilliant. Right, for goodness sake, we're at the last category already. Hasn't that gone by incredibly quickly? Here we go. This last category is my wild card category, so it can be questions about anything. Right, here we go. You ready? Who was originally supposed to have played the role of Forrest Gump, of course it won Tom Hanks the Oscar in 1995, was it A, John Travolta, B, Mel Gibson, or C, Dennis Quaid? Was it A, John Travolta, B, Mel Gibson, or C, Dennis Quaid? Who do you think was offered the role of Forrest Gump? Right, here's a good one. What's the only football team in the world to have a 100% record against Barcelona? Play 4-1-4. Is it A, Dundee United, mighty, B, Newcastle, or C, Tottenham? The only football team in the world to have a 100% record against Barcelona, playing them in Europe, Dundee United, Newcastle, or Tottenham? What do you think? Okay, what wee animal is so fierce that lions give it a wide berth and it eats snakes just because it can? Is it A, a honey badger, B, an anteater, or C, a porcupine? What do you think? Honey badger, anteater, or porcupine? Here's an interesting one. The only country in the world to have banned the sale of tobacco. Is it A, Bhutan, B, the Maldives, or C, Fiji? Bhutan, the Maldives, or Fiji? The only country in the world to have banned the sale of tobacco and all tobacco products. In Star Trek, huge fan of Star Trek, original Trek of course, what was Mr. Spock's mum called? Because his mother was human and his dad was Vulcan. But what was the name of his mum? Was it A, Amanda, B, Joan, or C, Anne? Was it A, Amanda, B, Joan, or C, Anne? And here's a question for the geeks, all my fellow geeks. How many Earths could fit inside the sun? A, 3, B, 1,300, or C, 1.3 million? What do you think the answer is? Okay, before I give you all of the answers to the wildcard round, a reminder, of course, that you can win that £1,000 cash prize. Somebody's got to win tonight. To enter the draw, you follow all the details on the link below on your screens, and good luck to you. Okay, let's have the answers to the wildcard round, the last round of the quiz. Okay, I'm just looking at all your shout outs. They're fantastic. Thank you. Just keep them coming. I have to say hello to Hugh and Joan. Hello, Hugh and Joan. How are you? Lovely to see you. Thank you for joining us this evening. Very good to have you with us. Right, let's have these answers. Who was originally supposed to have played the role of Forrest Gump that won Tom Hanks the Oscar in 1995? 1995, God. Do you know, it was offered to John Travolta. I don't think it would have been the same film. It just wouldn't have worked, would it? It just wouldn't have been. I can't imagine him saying life is like a box of chocolates sitting on that bench. No. Okay. The only football team in the world to have a 100% record against Barcelona. Of course, it was Dundee United, my fantastic team, and I was there at Tannadice when Kevin Gallagher scored that goal. I miss football. I miss football, I miss going to the pub, and I miss cuddles. Not necessarily in that order, but we will get them back, you know. Okay, which wee animal is so fierce? Lions give it a wide berth and it eats snakes for fun. And of course, it's the badass honey badger. I was very lucky once to see one of those in the wild for a tiny, tiny glimpse. They are crazy animals. Everybody runs away from them, but they are, yeah, I'm very fond of a honey badger. The only country in the world to have banned the sale of tobacco, it is Bhutan. Now, this is a Buddhist country, landlocked kingdom between China and India. Never been colonized. Nobody has ever beaten them or anything. They're an incredible country. They don't have any traffic lights. Smoking and tobacco products are illegal, as are hunting and fishing. You're not allowed to do that either. Okay, Star Trek question, we had to have one. Mr. Spock's mum was called Amanda, and an extra point, if you know Dad's name, was Sarek. And Spock was my first crush. I remember watching Star Trek with my dad when I was 6 years old, before they even got a man on the moon. Amazing series. Very good if you're thinking about something to watch. Watch all the Star Treks, starting with the original and go all the way through. It'll take ages. Right, last question of the quiz. How many Earths could fit inside the sun? The answer, of course, 1.3 million. Right, now is the time to have a little swig. I told you just the one. Tot up all of your scores and see who has won in your house. Oh, Keith says, can you wish my dad Peter Wood a happy 73rd birthday tomorrow? He's missing his family like mad. I bet you are, Keith. That'll be a strange birthday. But you know what? When all this is over, just have another birthday. That's probably the best idea. And David Wannington again from Blackburn in Lancashire. He keeps messaging me. Cheers, David. I did say hello, but I'm saying hello to you again. Thank you very much indeed. Fantastic. So, There we are. That's it. That's the end of our first ever quiz. I really hope you enjoyed it, and I'm so glad that you came and joined in. And if you can donate to the Sun's Who Cares Wins appeal, it would be absolutely fantastic. No matter what you can give, every penny counts, and it's a great way to say thank you to our NHS. And of course, make sure that you do the draw for the £1,000 because someone's got to win that. And hey, why don't we make it a date this time next week? Because do you know what? I'm going to be in, and I suspect you're going to be in as well. But have a good weekend. Take care of each other. Look after yourself. And we will get through this together. And thank you so, so much for joining me tonight. Cheers.